carry my love for them in my heart till the day I die. And how beautiful is that? Hi, I am Ruchi. I'm 24 years old. And when I was 23, I lost both my parents. Something that people don't talk about grief a lot is when you're grieving someone, you want everything to stop. But life rarely stops or pauses for anyone. Emotionally, it is one of the lowest things you will ever go through. But at the same time, practically speaking, the responsibilities will be the highest. The amount of responsibilities, the amount of official work, the amount of running around that you have to do when somebody passes away is crazy. I don't know why we live in this system, but we do. And here are some ways that I coped with it, and I hope it helps you. So the first part of this video is going to be about how I coped with it, some practical things that you can do. So the first thing that I would tell you is take therapy. If you cannot afford it, at least talk to someone about it. Something that helps in therapy more than talking about it to like your friends and stuff is that a therapist kind of knows how to deal with these things more. Your friends or your relatives or like most folks, like people are very like uncomfortable with talking about grief, and they don't know how to handle it most of the time. But a therapist sort of handles it on a day-to-day basis, so they are like more equipped to deal with it. They also don't give you advice outright. They will like somehow make you come up with these solutions on your own. So that is very helpful. The second thing I did was I went to the gym. I took a gym membership. Please move your body as much as you can. Physical movement and exercise in general is so undervalued in our society, especially in India. Like, everybody has tons of problems until a health crisis occurs. You know, health is the most important thing. So just for that, please take care of your health. And on top of it, taking care of your health really helps you with like a lot of spiraling emotions that you will go through when you grieve someone. I remember like spiraling a lot, especially in the beginning. I used to, overthink. I was anxious about how I was gonna deal with things now without my parents. I used to regret some things. I felt guilt about some things. I was angry. I felt like life was very unfair. Like I felt this feeling of like injustice and all of that. Rightfully so, to be honest. But you cannot let yourself spiral, because you have to understand that you need to function on a day-to-day basis. The work you need to do, nobody else is going to do that for you, right? So a practical way to deal with it is to step away from these emotions as much as you can. So whenever you feel like you're spiraling, distract yourself. Yes, therapy helps you to process it as much as you can, but on a day-to-day basis, kind of like stepping away from these emotions as much as you can is helpful. Something that I do is I go for a walk, I journal, or at times if I'm feeling very anxious, I breathe in and I breathe out 5 times. Then I see 5 things around me. Like I can see like, oh, I have a water bottle here, I have a book here, or whatever, right? And then I touch 5 things as well. So I'll touch like this phone or this mic or this scale, whatever, right? 5 things that are around me, and that really helps me to ground myself. So step away whenever you are spiraling. I think it would be the third advice. The fourth thing that I would really recommend, actually not recommend, the fourth thing, like how do you deal with the administrative work, I think would be a very big question for a lot of people. I think list out everything that you need to do. I took my diary and I listed out everything. I noted everything down. Whatever was required, I asked people, I Googled it, I asked ChatGPT, whatever helps you. List everything out and prioritize them based on urgency and importance. And if you're choosing between urgency and importance, choose urgency as the main priority. Like, what is something that you need urgently in a short frame of time and like it is the most important document. Nothing will move without these documents. So the two of the most important documents are next of kin, like death certificate first. Okay, death certificate and next of kin. So you need these two documents no matter what. So get these two documents and everything else will follow after that, and depend on people. I think the fifth advice that I'll give you is just delegate the work. Ask people for help. Shamelessly ask people for help and delegate as much work as you can. Like for example, I think for mutation work, land work and all, you can just delegate it to third person parties and all of it. So there are a lot of these people who will do it for you, so you can just give that kind of work to them. You don't have to, like, how much can you physically just roam around these offices, right? You cannot do everything by yourself. So delegate as much as you can. Really, really, really helpful, if you ask me. The last thing is be patient with these things. It will be very slow. It is very difficult. Things get delayed all the time. Prioritize, delegate, and have patience. That is the only way to deal with these official works, at least. If you ask me if there are some things that I would do differently, then two things that come into my mind. The first thing is I would be a lot kinder to myself. I remember after 6 months of my father passing, I was like, why are you not moving on? Why are you still dreaming about the same things? You still feel so low. But I didn't realize it's it's been only 6 months. It's been a year, more than a year now. I feel much better now. So time will heal on its own, And so be kind. Let yourself feel everything. You're allowed to. You should. It's a good thing, Second thing, a good thing I did was I stabilized myself first before I did anything else. As you can see, I did take therapy. I went to the gym. I didn't overextend myself at work too much. I took care of myself. So that's a very good thing that I did. But at the same time, now a mistake that I'm making is I compare myself a lot. I used to feel man, because of the things that have happened, I'm not moving forward. Maybe I missed out on things. I feel behind sometimes. And what I tell myself is, first of all, you cannot compare yourself when you know the other person was not in the same situation as you, right? Your situations were more difficult and you need to respect that and understand that. See, a race is only fair if the conditions are fair to everyone. If the conditions were not fair to you, then there's no point in comparing yourself to other ones, right? To other people. And also in the larger scheme of things, in the long run, 1 or 2 years of delay is not gonna define your life. It doesn't really matter, right? If you're gonna live for 80 years, 1 or 2 years, how does it matter? Yeah, okay, you went through something, but you have also learned a lot of things that maybe other folks have not learned. And you never know how things will move around for you. So that's how I stay positive. So be kind to yourself. Don't compare yourself with other people. Give yourself time. Again, have patience. Have patience. Everything will figure itself out, Don't worry. And like I said, you never truly move on. You don't move on, actually. You just learn to carry it. You just learn to live with it. So don't fight with yourself. Don't feel like you need to get over something by this amount of time. I also feel it is so beautiful. I think, a person doesn't stay forever. I won't stay forever. You won't stay forever. But till the time I'm alive, even though I've lost my parent in a physical sense, I carry their love and I carry my love for them in my heart till the day I die. And how beautiful is that? So I give you permission to feel all the things you're feeling. I give you permission to take your time emotionally. Take care of yourself. Don't spiral as much. And if you have any questions, you can comment down below. And I would love to talk about these things even more, because I wish my younger self got to hear these things from at least someone on the internet. We usually don't talk about these things a lot. These are very uncomfortable things to talk about, but these are very essential topics to talk about, right? So, yeah, take care of yourself. I love you. Bye.